Hi, today we will be making sourdough focaccia. As you saw last time, uh, I wasn't quite successful with scoring the dough, and that's why I made this little thing. It's called the lamb. You can get them in specialist shops, or you can make one yourself in about 5 minutes. This is what the French bakers use, and it's excellent for scoring doughs. Um, I've already posted a short on how I made mine. Feel free to check it out. Okay, let's look at what we got. Today, as I said, we are making a focaccia. I remember when focaccias came out and started to be like all the rage, people were making it all wrong. I mean, some places would add so much oil, it was just really unpleasant. On the subject of oils and fats of any kind in your dough, unless you're making a brioche, add the fats after the autolysis or late in the kneading process. The reason for this is that if you add it at the beginning, then the fat will sort of like lay itself around the flour particles, and thus making it a lot more difficult for the water and the flour to mix together and form a really strong gluten net, which is what you want for a huge fluffy bread. For a brioche, obviously, you want something denser texture, so there you go, the exact opposite. This is going to be a really high hydration dough, 82%. That means that if I were to use 1 kilo of flour, I would have 820 milliliters of fluids. As you remember, I said I weigh everything. The reason for that is that these things are just not accurate enough. And when it comes to baking, you really have to be accurate. And even if your scale is slightly off, the ratio between the ingredients will no matter be the same. So we got 600 grams of wheat flour here, 450 milliliters of water, 91 grams of olive oil, and 23 grams of salt, 450 grams of really bubbly nice sourdough starter. Okay, so let's start mixing. In goes the flour first, the water. I'm just going to mix this for something like a minute, and then we're going to let it rest, or what bakers call autolyse, for about an hour, and that helps the gluten form a much stronger gluten network. That's enough kneading for now, and we're just gonna let nature take its turn and start forming the gluten for us. Okay, so the dough has been standing for actually a little bit over an hour, and as you can see, it's starting to develop bubbles already, which I didn't think was going to happen. So now we're going to do like the main portion of the mixing. I'm going to let it run for some minutes. Then I'm going to check for gluten development. And at this stage is where you want to add your oil and your salt. Okay, the dough has been resting for about 15 minutes. As you can see, very runny. At this stage, you could actually switch over to the stretch and fold, but we're going to run it a little bit longer at the lowest speed, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the dough has been kneaded for a few more minutes. I'm just going to give it another break, just so we make sure that we don't tear the gluten. Then we're going to run it again, and after that we might not have to do some stretch and folds. Okay, the dough has been kneading for what it seems like eons. Let's check if we can get the window pane test. Looking good. Okay, we can see through there. Oh, dough is breaking slightly. Yeah, we can actually see through there. Not 100% gluten development yet. So I'm going to get this into an other bowl. And I'll do some stretch and folds while it bulk ferments. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of oil into there. Actually quite a bit of oil. Get the dough in. Nice and stretchy this dough. Might have been a little bit excessive with the oil for this stage, but it's going to be alright. Let's get that out onto the bench. For a couple of times this way also. Coil foils, folds, I think some call it. I'm just going to pop the lid on, and I'll do that a couple of more times, and for each time the gluten strength will build. I'll spare you for that part. Okay, the dough has been fermenting or bulk rise or whatever you like to call it for some hours. You can see some bubbles in there. The observant viewer will see that there are some specks in it, and the reason for that is that I'm converting my sourdough from coarse ground rye to a pure wheat sourdough. Okay, let's get this out and firm up the gluten, and then we're going to dump it into this oven tray. Quite a lot of oil in there. It's all over the place. Very elastic, as you can see. Not too airy yet. That will come soon. Okay, cover that up nicely, like so. one more coil into the tray. It's just going to relax for a few minutes before I start pushing it out. Okay, I'm going to stretch and push the dough out a little bit. Put some oil on my hands first. Like so. Try to get it a little bit even. Doesn't matter if it comes all the way to the edges. And I'm going to cover that with another tray. Like so. And just before baking, I'm just gonna dimple it again. I'm gonna give it the second rise actually in the oven, since the ambient temperature in the room here is below 20 degrees right now. Okay, so the focaccia has been proving for quite some time. As you can see, there are some lovely bubbles. It's spread out all the in the tin. Not risen as much. It's risen some, but I really don't like my focaccias too high. I want it to be something that I can actually slice lengthwise and eat as a sandwich. Okay, so let's dimple this. Oh, a bit more oil here. Yeah, that dough is lovely. The oven's at 240 degrees Celsius. It's just gonna bake till it's nice and golden. It should take somewhere about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, time to have a look. It looks ready to come out of the oven. Quite happy with that. Okay, I've let the focaccia sit for a couple of minutes. Now let's see if we can turn it out. Right up here. The reason why I'm doing this is because when they are so big, they can break. Well, that came out rather well. The first thing I'm going to do is to rub the entire focaccia with garlic. Learned that when I got a job at the beautiful ecological bakery called Jakob's Brød, currently situated in Bryne in Norway. Jakob is a fabulous chef. Taught me a lot about baking. Really love that guy. Here's you, Jakob, if you see this. You get the sides. And what this is going to do is give the entire focaccia a lovely flavour. It's important that you do this while it's hot. All over the place. We actually left that a few minutes longer. I never put herbs and stuff on my focaccia before it goes into the oven. It will just burn. So it's better to do it afterwards. Here's some herb oil with salt in it. Everything's finely mashed up. Put that on. Can't wait to cut into this and make myself a lovely sandwich. Obviously I can't. I have to let this rest and then I'm going to cut into it and show you guys how the inside looks. Okay, time to give the focaccia some time to cool down. The smell coming off this focaccia is absolutely amazing. The smell from the focaccia itself, the garlic and the herb oil all mixing together. As you can see, the herb oil soaked into the bread. That's because we put it on while it was still hot. Now let's get into this baby. After all, the proof is in the pudding, or rather in this case, the focaccia. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? As you can see, nice and airy. Very, very happy with that. Okay, let's make the sandwich. What we got here are some slices of cucumber, sliced tomatoes, sliced mozzarella, some really good cured ham. You can use mortadella, any good salami, whatever pickles you fancy. Some nice homemade Croatian virgin olive oil. I'm really happy about that. Some grated parmesan, mixed salad, handmade green olive tapenade. I'm going to leave a link to in the description of how you make that. Freshly ground pepper, freshly ground salt, and yeah, let's have a taste real soon. Right, that's the tapenade. Let's get some salad on there. Going on with the ham. Next, I'm going to do the mozzarella. It's important when you make this kind of sandwiches that you sort of get the wet ingredients towards the top. Because your bottom will get soggy. Like so. Let's do the tomatoes. Look at now, boy, quickly! Fast and cleaner, chef, fast and cleaner. Yes, chef. Going to go on with a little bit of salt and pepper. Always season, 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 season. On with the cucumbers. Parmesan, or as it's actually called, Parmigiano Reggiano. You like that, Vincenzo? Be generous. That's my lunch right there. Think I can manage in one setting. Gorgeous sight, wouldn't you agree? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have a bite straight away. I'll probably polish this off, no problem. That's definitely worth the wait. Thank you all. As I said, I'll be posting a link in the for the olive tapenade. I'll see you soon.